Alrighty guys, welcome to a very special episode of the Bigfoot Researcher's Journal. Today we are looking at mullet. We're going to be going over how mullet have a lot in common with the achromatic creatures that we study in the forest. So what we're going to do is we're going to use this natural model to explain in part how Bigfoot camouflage is 100% natural. We're looking at some mullet right here, and you can see there's some diffusion. That's the shade, right? The pilings simulate the trees. So it's an earth model of the forest in concept, right? And what we're seeing is the fish are different colors in the diffusion. If you watch, you're going to see one flash, right? He's going to come up, turn on his side, there he goes. And we can see his true coloration is achromatic, right? That means he's colorless on part of his body. His back kind of shades off. So, scientifically, what that means is he can receive any color and retransmit it, thereby disappearing. And you can tell that these creatures blend in. You can see him kicking there. And right there, if we were to crop in, he'd look blurry. You know why? He's in diffusion and he's retransmitting a different color. That retransmission is something our camera is having trouble adjusting to. Not there, but at the end, right there. Now our camera's going, I don't know what that is. That's not a mullet. It's pareidolia. The point is, just because it blends in doesn't mean it's not a mullet. Thank goodness we went and looked for ourselves. So at Camp Crypto Reality, we have opportunities to document the creatures. This particular creature literally came up to our camp. We could smell the group of them, and there are several in this footage. You just have to take the time to look. But Lee was sitting there and noticed movement in the direction the smells were coming from and filmed these creatures. And while the rest of them are diffused heavily and the camera's having trouble picking them up, this guy, you can even see his eye shine. He's in there. He's kind of looks like a big giant monkey hybrid kind of thing. It's a hell of a shot. Lee did a good job. It's incredible that the creatures will literally just sit in the tree line right outside your campsite at Dupuy, and they'll just watch you, man. You can see them right there. So Dupuy Reserve offers quite a bit of camping. It's out by Lake Okeechobee. And there are 2 or 3 different campgrounds in there. One of them is a family campground, and that's an awesome place to put like a home research base for a couple days. It's pretty safe over there. There's a deeper campground that is essentially unmanned, and then there's this campground. This is the group campground. You can see there are creatures in those woods that are, as of yet, unidentifiable. Look at that thing. I don't know what that is. Giant Sasquatch, probably. But at night, as soon as the sun goes down, if you're in the right spots in this Dupuy Reserve, you will witness orbs and have opportunities to capture them on film. Our campouts in this particular area, I've been extremely impressed with what essentially simply is there, and all you have to do is settle down and get quiet. Stop making noise. Start paying attention to what's going on around you. And it turns out these things are flying around you the whole time. You just never noticed it. Along with something big in those bushes. So this next piece of footage was shot at the John C. and Mariana Jones Hungryland Wildlife Environmental Management Area. That's a mouthful. And you can see why this place needs management. I'm actually taking a leak and filming this thing.
I got some weird shit up over there, and it's big, dude. I'm recording it right now. I would say, dude, that I think there's something over there with a huge fucking head, homie. Okay, I got what I think might be the same one Sean walked up on. and it's recording, so I'm shaking like a tree right now.
So yeah, sneaking up on us. And this is the kind of thing that they do. But as you can see, he's not brightly lit. And when you're using the thermal and you're looking around, you're expecting to see something like this, right? But that's not what you see when you look at the giant. The giant blends in. What does that tell us about his thermal signature? It seems to me that modern thermal cameras like ATNs and FLIRs will need a wider thermal temperature range, or something that can highlight some of the lower temperatures that we're viewing in the environment. Perhaps separate the lower temperatures out and color them completely different. I imagine what we would see then would probably change the world. I watch footage like this all the time, and so I can recognize the creature that's in this footage when I see it on the film. The trick has, for 10 years, been to see it while you're there. And what I've noticed is that when you draw all of your conclusions from the data that you get from reviewing film, you start seeing these things. This is a 9-footer. I sketched him the day that I saw him, within an hour of the encounter. I filmed the whole thing in 4K. My camera was malfunctioning the entire time, and the footage was corrupted. I vomited. Living with the knowledge of these creatures has been, I think, extremely traumatic for both my wife and I. And what you're looking at on the film right now is over 9 feet tall. It's bigger than the one from the drawing. Let me just take a minute and review this in depth so that you understand what it is you're staring at right now in frames like this one. Alrighty, so here we are, and we're looking at the creature here, and what we've got is the eyes. We're seeing the nocturnal thing again, right? But it's real important to understand what's going on here. This is one of the nostrils. He's just got some bush and possibly like a hand, or it could be another individual, because what we're learning is you see this right here, this is not a tree. It's not. This is an achromatic hominoid, right? That means he has white skin. But the other thing that they have, we're finding, is clear hair. So what does that mean? Well, people are saying all these weird things are like binding together and we can't understand. This is clear hair. Here's a white-skinned, clear-haired hominoid changing colors up in here. There's hair coming off this creature. And there's bush and there's all kinds of stuff, but you can plainly see the nostril on this thing and these eyes, and it's one of these scary-looking, troll-looking creatures, like the one I saw. Only it's definitely larger. But the deal is this hair can be clear, and if this thing was sitting in front of a polka-dotted wall right now, it would look like polka dots, the hair area, which is, strange, but it looks like there's other creatures, and you're kind of seeing the other creatures in this light where I filtered certain things through this guy's hair a little bit. Polka dotted wall, you think it's not possible? Here's some of the clear hair samples that we've pulled, and we literally put them in front of polka dotted piece of paper so we could show you that this is the case. So here's the creature. The hair can be clear, and what does this thing do? It changes color as it walks through the forest in real time. But that doesn't make it invisible. It's real. It's flesh and blood. It's just that there's a lot of things going on with light that most people don't understand, especially most people who get into Bigfoot and have a lot of really public opinions. But we're finding all of this out by actually doing the work. So, welcome to Crypto Reality, man. Let's check out some more footage. Bigfoot are real, and they're watching you from the bushes. So we found, through no fault of our own, actually we're trying to take a day off and go snook fishing, that the creatures also inhabit the intercoastal forest zone. So the mangrove forests and the mangrove tidal areas and estuaries, creatures can be in there. We found tracks, hair, all kinds of structures, and then upon returning to the area, the entire place had been altered. Like the creatures decided to move, and they packed up their stuff and left the area. We don't know where they went.